In today's lesson, we will learn the grammatical construction that is used to indicate that an action is being done for another person. In European languages, as far as I know, there is no such grammatical construction. For this reason, students whose native language is one of the European languages often forget to use it while speaking or writing in Korean. This grammatical construction is 아, 여, 주다 or 드리다. 주다 and 드리다 are translated into English as to give, but as part of this construction, this verb should not be translated as to give. It is not translated here at all. And as far as you know, 드리다 is an honorific variant of the verb 주다. 아, 여, 드리다 is used instead of 아, 여, 주다 when a service or some action is being performed for an older person or a stranger. Also, this construction is used only with verbs. It cannot be used with adjectives. This grammatical construction is easy to understand, so you shouldn't have any problems with it. Let's take a look at some examples. I'll show you the first example, and the rest of the examples try to do them for yourself. The teacher taught me English. That is, the teacher did something for me, right? Therefore, here you must use the grammatical construction 아, 여, 주다. 선생님이 or 선생님께서 저에게 영어를 가르쳐 주셨어요. Here I also added the honorific particle 시 to show my respect for the teacher. Now it's your turn. Try to translate these 3 sentences for yourself into Korean. So, a friend bought me a cup of coffee. That is, he did something for me. 친구가 저한테 커피를 사주었어요. Here you don't need to use the honorific particle 시. The next example, please come tomorrow. 내일 와주세요. This sentence can be translated into Korean in different ways, with or without the grammatical construction 아, 여, 주다. That is, 내일 와주세요 or just 내일 오세요. It all depends on who needs that. Let's say you are a teacher and a student came to you to ask for help with homework, but at the moment you are very busy. Therefore, in this situation, in order to say please come tomorrow, you don't need to use 아, 여, 주다. Because although you ask him to come, in fact, the student needs it, not you. You can just say 내일 오세요. However, if, for example, you are working on a school project and you need the help of a student, then in this case, you should use the construction 아, 여, 주다 because you need it, not the student. And the last example, please teach me Korean. 저에게 한국어를 좀 가르쳐 주세요. By the way, if this is your first time on this channel and you don't know when to use 아, 어, or 여, then I would recommend you to watch the lesson number 22. There is a table with rules which is also suitable for this grammatical construction. Now let's take a look at a couple of examples with 드리다, as well as the difference with 주시다. Many students get confused and don't know when to use 드리다 and when to use 주시다. Look, 드리다 is used when you or someone else is doing something for an older person or a stranger, whereas 주시다 is used when an older person or a stranger did something for another person. I taught Korean to the teacher. That is, you did something for the older person. Therefore, you need to use 드리다. If the teacher is younger than you, it is still advisable to use 드리다 because teaching profession is very respected in Korea. Or simply because you want to show you are well-mannered and you respect the teacher. In the second sentence, on contrary, a person who is older or has higher social status taught me something. Therefore, in order to show your respect for his actions, you must add the honorific particle 시, 주시다. In the second pair of examples, the sentences are almost the same. However, in the first example, we are doing something for a person who is much older than us, as well as someone we respect, for our mother. Therefore, you need to use 드리다. And in the second example, we do the same but for a friend. In this situation, there is no need to show respect for your friend. So use 주었어요. The 시 particle is never used for verbs that describe your own actions. It would sound rude and arrogant. You might be wondering what will happen if you do not use this grammatical construction. That is, what if instead of 제가 어머니께 커피를 사드렸어요? You simply say 제가 어머님께 커피를 샀어요. Well, the person you're talking to will be able to understand you, but your speech would sound awkward. It would sound as if something is missing in the sentence. If you would like, you can try to translate the sentences into Korean and write your version of the translation in the comments so that I could correct them. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.